Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Horse Racing Enthusiast on Teesside Ste&Dee. Remember those good old days, people, back in April, May and June and early July, when everything went well and a subscriber said to me, "Steve, you're 400 plus points up over the last 3 months." And then I decided to change things. I started trying to add a bit more and do this and twist around with a bit and tweak this and tweak that. And I ruined my own system I'd devised over 11 years. And you know what? We're still stuck with the system. I've just tweaked it a bit. But I remember those good days, and many hundreds on here remember those good days. And if you want a system that's delivering, I think what I tried to do was change the system to deliver more consistent winners. And I should never have done that, because this system was never devised to do that. This system was there to provide great priced winners and great priced places inconsistently. And those winners and places more than covered the losers, as that subscriber proved. And I think it was James who did it for me, who had been keeping an account. And he said, "You're over 400 points up over 3 months." But I was looking for more consistent winners, because we weren't getting a lot of winners, we were getting a lot of losers. What I wasn't looking at was we were still making a massive profit. And then I tried to change it to get more winners. And I should never have done that. I should never tweak something. What's that old saying? Never change something that works. So if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Well, I tried to fix it, even though it wasn't broken. So I'm going back to basics. I'm going back to where it all began, back in April, when we did so well, April, May, June, and most of July. So I'm not going to give you that it's got this and the cost and this and the trainer and the jockey and how much hay it's at today and how much grass it's going to have next week and how many poos it's going to have in the middle of the road and while it's galloping out on the tracks. I'm not giving you any more of that bullshit. I'm just going to do it as I did it in the early 3.5 months when everything worked like great. Yeah, we had a hell of a lot of losers, but when we had a winner at 40 to 1, 33 to 1, 28 to 1, it was more than covering the losers that we had. And don't try to fix something that's not broken. So this is where we are now. We're going back to those good old days. I loved those good old days, and everybody did. And that's what attracted people to the channel. It's never been a system that produces massive amounts of winners, but it produces big winners. And I've got away from that. And I've got to get back to that. It's still the grading system. Nothing's changed. It's just I'm going back to how we did it initially when everybody loved it. So here we go. I've got 4 for you tomorrow. It's not an easy day, and they could all bomb out. Every single one of them could bomb out tomorrow. But one of them could go and win at 20 to 1 or 25 to 1. The winners and the places will outnumber the losers profit-wise. Not quantity-wise, but profit-wise. I guarantee, because it did, over 400 points up over just over 3 months. So here's your 4 horses for tomorrow. And I'm just going to give you the horse's name, where it's running, and what poundage it is below its best ever official rating. So your first one is at Sedgefield in the 3:33. Zoffoli. It is a French horse, and it is £50 below its best ever official rating. Right, moving on to the 5:10 at Leopardstown, the next best graded, the Blue Panther. It is £40 below its best ever official rating. Moving now back to, oh no, still at Leopardstown in the 340, sorry. Yeah, the 340. It is Zolfarine in the 340 in Leopardstown. It is £33 below its best ever official rating. And your last one tomorrow, Kempton, 5 o'clock, Lunar Power. It is £30 below its best ever official rating. And this is how I used to do it. And this is what produced the great results, the great winners, the great places. Not consistently, but when we got the winners, it was smashing the losers off the park. We might have had 1 winner, 11 losses, but we'd have made a profit. We might have had 2 winners and 7 losses. We made a profit. And then I changed things to try to get more winners. Didn't work. Hasn't worked. Still try to keep tweaking it. It's not been working. It's not my system as I knew it. My system as I knew it is what I've just given you there. 4 horses, quite simply, with the gradings below their best ever official rating. Back form. It matters. It matters because a horse that might have been successful one day and then loses its way, one day will be successful again once the weight is right and the mark has dropped. Now, I remember, and I'll tell you how this system came up initially 11 and a half years ago. I was in a betting shop and I overheard an old man talking. I was away actually on holiday at the time, and I heard an old man talking about this horse used to be rated whatever, and now it's rated that, so it's £40 well in. And I thought, what's he talking about? What is he talking about? And then the other bloke said, well, what do you mean by that? And he said, well, look at this race here. They're all graded 50 odd and they're graded 60 previously. But this one used to be graded 95 or 100 or whatever it was. I can't remember the figures. But I know it was massively above what it was now, previously. And he said, I'm going to put some money on that. And I think it was about 33 to 1. Anyway, it romped home, this horse, and it won by about 4 lengths. And I thought, I didn't think anything of it. I put my bet on. And it was only days later I thought, oh, you mentioned something about back form. How would you do that? So I went on, as you do, internet, and that's how you check back form. Go on the name, horse's name on the Sport and Life or the Racing Post, and you find the column BHA, and you go down to find the best ever rating on the national or the flat, whatever it's running in. And I thought, I'll try that. And you know what? It started producing some really big winners, and that's how this started 11 and a half years ago. But then I developed it myself. I thought, right, I must be able to make a system from this. And that's how I made the system, quite simply. I went with back form. And yes, I looked at the course and distance, I looked at the distance, and I looked at jockeys. But I thought, but it's all about back form. I'm going to make it a back form system. And that's what I stuck with for 11 and a half years. And then obviously April, May, June and parts of July, I did it that way. But then I started getting questions, so I started looking for more consistency with winners. Didn't happen. And people started losing faith, and then the abuse started, and then we got another couple of winners, and then I went back again, and we got a couple of winners again, then I changed it again, and I keep doing that, and I'm a bugger for that. But at the end of the day, it was my system as I remember it, and as I started it, all those many, many moons ago, was exactly what I've just given you there. 4 horses. As I said, they could all bomb out tomorrow, but you've got to be patient with horse racing. But one day we'll get a massive winner in, or one day we'll get 2 big places in, but we might have had 7 or 8 losers. But I'm not going to be giving you 7, I'm only going to be giving you probably the best 4 horses per day based on the gradings, because the higher the gradings, the more successful we seem to be. The lower the gradings, the more losers we get. And that's how that system always worked. And that's hopefully, so if you're ready for that roller coaster ride, if you've got the patience, and if you're ready and prepared for seeing losers, and then, but waiting for that big winner to come in, or a couple of big places to come in, then you're at the right place. Thanks for watching the Horse Racing Enthusiasts on Teesside Ste&Dee. So happy we're going back to the beginning, because that's where we should be. That's where this system should be, and that's where we will see the excitement again, the frustration again. We'll see the big prize winners, we'll see the big prize places. And Steve will be happy, and you lot will be happy. And even if I have a bad day and some idiot comes on here and started insulting me, I'll just go, get in. Thank you very much for the high praise indeed. Anyway, good night, God bless, and thanks for watching me once again.